Welcome to my channel. Thank you to my viewers who suggested today's content. Judith Barsi. Judith Eva Barsi was born June 6, 1978 in Los Angeles County, California. She was the daughter of Josef István Barsi and Maria Barsi, who had both fled the Hungarian People's Republic. Judith started acting at the age of 5, and her first role was in Fatal Vision, where she played Kimberly MacDonald. She would appear in several films, which included Jaws, The Revenge. She also provided voices in other films, such as The Land Before Time. It is believed that she was earning around $100,000 per year for her acting work. The money helped her family move into a house in West Hills, Los Angeles. However, her home life wasn't easy. Her father was an alcoholic, and often threatened to hurt his wife and daughter. He was arrested 3 times for drunk driving. It was in 1986 that Maria reported his threats and physical violence to the police. However, the police found no evidence of this, and she dropped the charges. Josef did stop drinking, but still continued to threaten his wife and daughter. It was in May 1988 that Judith broke down in front of her agent. She was taken to see a child psychologist, who said she was suffering from severe physical and emotional abuse. They reported this to Child Protective Services. Maria said that she was going to divorce her husband, and both her and Judith were going to move to Panorama City. Maria was still unsure of going through with this. She didn't want to lose her home and belongings. Sadly, on July 28, 1988, 3 people were found deceased. They were identified as Josef, Maria, and Judith Barsi. It was found that a flammable liquid was poured over the bodies of Maria and Judith, which police believed was done by Josef. The police found Josef in the garage deceased, and had done this to himself. Their neighbor had heard a gunshot, and had called the police. Judith and Maria were both buried in Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Judith had started acting in 1984, and continued up until her death in 1988. Sadly, her life was taken too soon. There is no doubt that she would have continued to have a successful acting career if her life was not cut short. We forever remember Judith and her mother Maria. Steve Irwin. Stephen Robert Irwin was born on 22nd of February 1962, in Upper Ferntree Gully, Australia. His parents were Lynette and Bob Irwin. He had 2 sisters, Joy and Mandy. In 1970, the family moved to Queensland. After the move, Bob and Lynn started the Queensland Reptile and Fauna Park. Steve grew up around crocodiles and reptiles. He would help take care of the animals in the park with his family. He began handling crocodiles at the age of 9. Steve did volunteer work for the Queensland East Coast Crocodile Management Program. In 1991, Steve met Terry Raines. The pair were married on June 4, 1992. The pair went on to have 2 children, a daughter, Bindi Sue, who was born July 24, 1998, and a son, Robert Clarence, born December 1, 2003. Steve soon became household name, with his series The Crocodile Hunter. He went on to feature in other TV series, and even had a cameo role in the film, Dr. Dolittle 2. Steve was a passionate conservationist, and founded the Steve Irwin Conservation Foundation. On September 4, 2006, while filming in the Great Barrier Reef, for a new series called Ocean's Deadliest, Steve was struck in the chest by a stingray's barb several times. The crew were filming at the time of his death. They quickly got him back into the boat, but sadly, he passed away from his injuries. His funeral took place on September 9, 2006, and he was buried in a private ceremony at Australia Zoo. On September 30, a public memorial took place at Australia Zoo and was broadcast to over 300 million viewers. Terry, Bindi and Robert continue to ensure that Steve's legacy lives on, and continue to carry on all the good work the family shared. We forever remember Steve, and all the great work he did. He will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.